Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, "Hey, you want some shoes?" I said, "Yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well." And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
And on pit road racing is ready to go. That's right. It is Lando Norris and Monaco, Palou and Ganassi and Indy. And oh my goodness, you know what happened down in Charlotte with Ross Chastain. We've got all the latest news, updates, and special guest, ARCA driver Presley Soren will join us on this edition of On Pit Road Racing, and it comes up next.
Race friends, they're back together again. Live from Daytona Beach, Florida, it's Scratch with a K. And live from Las Vegas, it's Alan Michaels. Right here, right now, on the flagship station, the WCOBM TV network. It's On Pit Road Racing.
And I think we are locked and loaded. Scratch, can you hear
sir.
me now, my friend?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now, my friend. Yes, sir.
We
did it.
Yeah. You know, buddies and friends out there, you just never know. Scratch has got thousands of dollars worth of equipment at the Nut Shack studio. We got thousands of dollars worth of equipment here, and all it takes is one little bitty plug. That's all, right, Scratch?
Hey, technology is great until it isn't.
Until it isn't, man.
Until
Yes,
it isn't, you know.
How you doing? I'm pulling up my screen again. How you doing today? Did you have a good weekend, my friend?
Yeah, man, pretty good weekend. It was nice, man. How is it out there in lovely Las Vegas? I'm sure
99 degrees.
Awesome.
99.
There you go.
Sir, yes, indeed. Well, let's just get it all out of the way because we set the odds down last week. Scratch, you took Max V. You took Max V in the F1 gen, and I took Lewis Hamilton. Well, Max V finished fifth, and Lewis Hamilton finished sixth. Man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, if I'm not mistaken, you took the pole sitter, right, at Indy? Did you take the pole sitter at Indy? I took Ganassi. So we're 1-1 right there. Wrapping it up at dinner in Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken, you took the number 9 from Hendrick Motorsports, Mr. Chase Elliott. Finished sixth. And I'm sorry, Las Vegas native Kyle Busch, he ended up 15th. Still had a good run, though, man.
He had a good run. He had a good run. It was, it's funny. We were talking about being able to win Indy, and Kyle Larson, he crashed in both races. I'm sure we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, well, he did that.
You know? What a wild Indy 500, though, to be honest with you. It was kind of wild, man. There was all kinds of just crazy stuff that happened.
And did you, I don't know if you caught the beginning of F1.
I did.
I swear to God, at the beginning of F1, it looked like Martinsville. I swear to God, you thought you were at the short track, Martinsville, Wilkesboro. I mean, smoke flying, tires rubbing, cars hitting against one. And I mean,
sounds exciting.
What a great start, man. What a great start, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was a great racing weekend, man. I enjoyed watching Indy, but like I said, it was, it seemed like there was a lot more cautions than a normal Indy race would have. I mean, especially when you're having one before the race even starts, it's a little much, right?
Yeah, and a big cloud over there because of Penske. Then Diane actually sent me an article, and I was going to try to get in all of this, but I guess there's some allegations against Andretti out now that he could have been playing not so nice with the race car. I haven't seen any official things stripped, but it's just crazy about it. I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you, Scratch, I'm giving you a fair warning right up front. I've got a rant today. I
like your rants, though.
Now we're talking about, now the deal didn't go through yet. Jim France, CEO and co-owner of NASCAR, says that he was considering a deal to fund his own team for Sonoma via Spire Motorsports.
Huh.
Now, wait a second. I'll wait till the end of the show because
I'm not. You about to rant now? You can't hold it in? You're going to do it later. You're going to do it later, right? We usually rant at the end of the show.
I'll rant at the end of the show. And if you want, there's a couple on there that you might want to look at yourself out there too, that you might have a beef or two about. Hey, quick, if you don't mind, I got a note in from our email from our good friends at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Paulette Anderson, and everybody out there for the Speedway Children's Charity Scratch. Coming up, it's going to be a great charity blood drive, man. It's going to be June 6th, Las Vegas Motor Speedway and the Speedway Children's Charities, along with the Lion, have partnered to host a community blood drive. Blood is perishable and consistent, and every 2 seconds someone in the U.S. needs blood. So on Friday, June 6th, between the times of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Scratch, here in the Las Vegas Motor Speedway at the Infield Media Center. And if you're not familiar, if you're in Las Vegas with us, man, if you've not been out to the track, what you'll do is you'll come up either off of the 15 or off of Las Vegas Boulevard. North End is the best way to go. You'll go down the one section. I believe it's marked section 3. Go to the next section. You'll make a left turn right there. You'll go about maybe a football field, 100 yards. You're going to make a right turn, and it's going to take you right underneath the tunnel of turns 1 and 2 right there, and just follow it straight back, and you'll get to the media center. Anyhow, 7000 Las Vegas Boulevard North, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89115 if you need some more information. You can also reach out to the people at N. Schultz at Vitalant. That's VITALANT.org. Okay. She's the communications manager there. You can also give them a call at 877-258-4825. That one number again is 1-877-258-4825. Let me say it one more time, 877-258-4825. And just to let you know, man, I guess tickets are going to be, you're going to get 2 tickets. If you donate the blood, you're going to get tickets to see Tape Face. You're a comedian, man. You ever see Tape Face?
No.
The guy that comes out and he has black duct tape on his mouth and he just does all, check him out on YouTube. He's pretty funny, man. Anyhow, 2 tickets to that, $100 gift card. And if you step it up all the way, man, they've got 2 tickets to the South Point 400 for you too, man. So, hey, stop by, give some blood if you can. Everybody could use it now and then. You might have a friend, a family member. It doesn't make a difference. You might help save a life down the road. And you can get tickets to Tape Face, and you get tickets to the South Point 400 for donating blood. And I'm sure they'll have snacks and juices and things down there for you. So just wanted to get that out to you, Scratch.
Yeah, man, that sounds good. I'm having a hard time getting these files open back up now that I restarted my computer. So if you're hearing all that dinging in the background, that's me trying to figure it out, and I'm failing at that. So that's
all right. That's all right. We'll just continue on while you do that on Pit Road Racing. Good afternoon. Once again, Alan here in Las Vegas, Scratch down in Daytona Beach at the Nut Chat Studios. We do it each and every Thursday for you, everybody, right here live on the WCOBM, and we stream it to multiple Facebook channels. YouTube Television's got it. Twitter, formerly now X, formerly Twitter. It's on our LinkedIn channels, so you can pick it up. Our show partners, like to thank the Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street. I did the pre-show tape out there today, Scratch, around the bikes and everything. Come on down and check us out. Woods Family Sandwiches, great catering for any event that you might have. You can reach them at the WFSandwiches.com. Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, that's where the money goes to. If you become a partner of this show, Scratch does not take $1 for doing this show. I don't take $1. No one takes it. We put all the money into the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. And right there is those tennis shoes right there. So I'm showing these, and these are what you're going to have. Scratch has got his right there. So if you donate that's what the money, it's totally 100% tax deductible. I'll give you some information about it as we end the show today, okay? Also, a quick shout out to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, man. We got racing coming back at the Bull Ring out there this weekend. That's going to be a great thing, man. I think it's round number 5 of the series. And, of course, NASCAR will be returning back in October. Then, of course, Halloween weekend, the NHRA returns for its final events here in Las Vegas. Also, Scratch, I sent an email down to Atlanta Motor Sports Park. I'm just waiting on a response.
Man.
That we're ready to come. I got things sort of set up good. Diane's going to take a trip up to Portland to see her daughter and have some girl time and daughter time fun. And you and I is going to be going to us down to Georgia, man.
I see what you're doing over there. I see that. I see that. I know what this means. Don't worry, man. I got my hot shoe. I'm ready.
There we go. We're going to go down and see our friends Jeremy Porter at the Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. That's the home of Bill Elliott, Chase Elliott, and a whole Elliott clan down there. So we're going to go down
about that. That's exciting.
I can't wait. I'm waiting on an email back from him, so that's it. Real quickly, if you'd like to be on the show, 702-803-0875. We'll get a shout out on the old Gmail there at On Pit Road Racing. Just let us know what division you run, whether you're running dirt, you're running asphalt, you're running a stock car, drag car, snowmobile. Hell, if you're racing, we want to talk to you. All right.
Junk. You could be racing junk like
and
me.
You can race junk too.
Holler at us.
Oh my goodness. Let's keep it moving. Scratch racing weather. Let's do it for you. Brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches. 931 American Pacific, Suite 106, Las Vegas, Henderson, Nevada line. More information about catering and pickup services at wfsandwiches.com. Well, NASCAR is going to hit Music City in Nashville, Tennessee this weekend, everybody. Friday, they've got a 50% chance of rain. Man, not looking too good. High about 72 degrees. Nighttime low about 61. For Saturday and Sunday, going to be clear. Sunny skies. Daytime highs in the upper 70s, low 80s, dropping off into the nighttime about 60 degrees for the campers out there. NHRA's heading back to the East Coast to Epping, New Hampshire. This weekend, rain is in the forecast, Scratch, all weekend long. 45% chance on Friday, 70% chance on Saturday, 50% chance on Sunday. So let's hold on. Temperatures are going to be sort of a steamy, muggy, right around 75, dropping off to the mid-60s. For Sunday's final event, and your nighttime lows are going to be right around 40 degrees. F1, the series hits the track in Spain this weekend. Weather's looking good Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All weekend long, sunny skies, highs at 90 degrees over there. Scratch with a nighttime low right around mid-60s. They'll have a little bit of cloudy skies on Sunday for the race. Only a 10% chance of rain in, high 92 for the green flag. And IndyCar, Scratch, is back at Motor City. The IndyCar series is going to be for the Indy GP Grand Prix in Detroit, Michigan. Looking good for the weekend, boys and gals. Saturday and Sunday for qualifying and race day. Sunny skies both days. Highs in the upper 60s, dropping off into the mid-50s at nighttime. And this weather report and weather around the track brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches. Right now, 931 American Pacific. Give them a shout on the internet there at wfsandwiches.com. Scratch, if you're ready to go, my friend, please take us around the track, man.
I'm ready to go around the track, man. We are at the Monster Energy Supercross Series. The Supercross Series will hit California for round number 19, May 31st, Rancho Cordova, California. The Progressive Flat Track Series, the Flat Trackers travel on Saturday, June 7th. It's a short track racing for the big bikes in Wheatland, Missouri. Speedway Motorcycle Racing, East Coast, West Coast Speedway Motorcycle Racing, June 5th and 6th, Rattlesnake Speedway. Formula One, May 30th through June 1st. F1 heads to Spain. IndyCar, the series, heads to Motor City Chevy Detroit Grand Prix, May 30th through June 1st. NHRA Epping, New Hampshire, May 30th through June 1st. NOS Energy Series, May 30th. River City Speedway, and May 31st, Red River Valley Speedway. NOS Outlaw Late Model Series, June 21st and June 22nd. I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. And the High Limit Series, May 30th at Lawrenceburg Speedway, May 31st, racing at Butler Speedway. NASCAR is back in action with the ARCA West, June 14th at Kevin Harvick's Kern County Speedway. ARCA East at Dover Motor Speedway on July 18th. NASCAR heads to the Music City and Nashville, Tennessee this weekend. The trucks will fire off tomorrow in the Rackley Roofing 200. The Xfinity Series will be Saturday, the Tennessee Lottery 250, and the Cup Series will be Sunday, June 1st. That's the Crackle Barrel 400. Big racing this weekend in Nashville in the Music City. Alan, that is a look around the track.
There you go, my friend. We've got it. Hey, great guest for us today, Scratch. You haven't met him yet. We had him on about, I think it was about a year and a half ago. The gentleman runs the NASCAR Menard Series and the ARCA Series there. Presley Soul is going to join us, man. This kid can rock and roll, man. And I got to tell you about this. I got some messages the other day ago, and I want you to research this kid, Carter Beatty. Carter Beatty. This kid is a 10-year-old, 11-year-old. And his daddy Pat and I've been talking. We're going to get this kid on the air because I'm going to tell you the reason why. It was about a month and a half ago, maybe 2, not quite. And they were down in North Carolina at the dirt tracks, and this kid shows up. And now I'm not finished here. With Kyle Larson on the track that night, Kevin Harvick on the track that night, and this 10-year-old spanked him. And I mean spanked him. In an outlaw car. Well, he's that good. He is that good. So I've worked on getting Carter, man. The kids, I mean, check him out on YouTube. He speaks great. I can't wait. If America and the world has not met Carter Beatty yet, they're getting ready to meet him. Because this kid is the next big kid. Whether he stays on the dirt or he moves over to an asphalt, he's the next kid. And I also just found this out. I don't know if you read this. Richard Childers just signed Kyle Busch to a 1-year contract extension and also a development program for Brexton Busch.
That's probably the only reason he stayed.
I knew you were going to ever be on it. There you go.
Am I wrong? Do you think I'm wrong?
No, listen. Everything's good because I want to get these 2 kids on to get them on. Because I'm telling you, Brexton is doing really great. He's doing great. He's been driving. He's moving into legend cars. He's been driving the Bandoleros. He started off in go-karts just like everybody else. And he's been working dirt. He's been working asphalt. Saw a great picture with Uncle Kurt with him this weekend. Kurt, got put in the Hall of Fame, and Uncle Kurt was back at the track with young Brexton. So these are 2 kids coming up through the ranks. Carter Beatty, folks, out of North Carolina, driving on the dirt. And yes, Kyle Busch's young son, Brexton, too, working real hard to get those 2 guys on. And DIAN is wanting to work something out. She's been in communication, I believe, with Samantha and wants to do an interesting story about wives or girlfriends that are working in the racing community, their family members. So I think this would be something really good to have Samantha Busch on the show, too.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. That'd be awesome.
All right. Hey,
I agree. I think that'd be really neat, man. She does a lot of social media stuff that's pretty neat.
She does really
Kyle into. I see it.
She actually, if you look at it, she just rips old Kyle up, man. I mean, she does some stuff that's just, it's funny. She's got some great cooking stuff, recipes, healthy foods, and everything else. They just signed a big deal, all 3 of them with Charlie Tuna. Starkiss Tuna thing's going to be sponsored. Brexton, I'm telling you, they're working. It's a family affair here, right, man?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, I've got the latest results from ARCA from Charlotte. Scratch has got all the results and the updates from the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup Series is on pit road racing. Being here in Las Vegas, Scratch in Daytona Beach. We're back in 2 minutes, everybody.
Jerry B. here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Play Scratch. We're getting ready to go there, buddy.
I know. It makes me excited watching that.
I can't wait to get out there. Hey, coming up in about 10 minutes, ARCA driver from Indiana, Presley Soren's going to join us live on this program. We're going to talk about it. What's going on, man? Well, you talked to Presley about a year or so ago, and it's interesting to see because he's moving up the ranks too. Scratch is standing by. He's got all the latest from the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup Series from the weekend in Charlotte. And I'll get you kicked off because the ARCA Menard Series was there for the 150, and it was the number 82 of Austin Green and his overplayed game Chevrolet picking up the big victory. Grant Ingfinger, man, who drove a lot of ARCA racing and eventually moved on to the trucks. He's done a couple things in Xfinity. His number 97 machine, all construction Chevrolet, finished up in second. LeVar Scott up in third in the Max Siegel Chevrolet. William Solwich in the Starkley Toyota wrapped up his number 18 in the fourth position. And Andy Janawaskis Class Motorsports Toyota number 73 in your top five right there. And of course, like Scratch said, the series is taking a little break and a bit back on action for you. Scratch, we're going to do a little truck racing and cup racing and Xfinity. It's brought to you by our good friends at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, LVMS.com. NASCAR returns for the round of 8. Coming up, South Point 400 weekend, October 10th, 11th, and 12th. Tickets and more info at LVMS.com. Scratch, take it away, my friend.
Well, Alan, Corey Heim didn't just slam the door on his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series competition. He nailed it shut. Heim's 3 previous 2025 wins notwithstanding, the driver of the number 11 Tricon Garage Toyota has had difficulty closing out races with a dominant truck this season. Heim dominated and won the NC Education Lottery 200 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Charlotte Motor Speedway Friday night. The win was his 4th of the season, first at Charlotte, and the 15th of his career. He is the youngest driver to reach 15 career wins in the truck series. The number 11 started third. He won both opening stages and led a race high 98 of the 134 laps. So he really did dominate. He has now led over 700 laps so far this season, the most in series history at this point in the season. Ross Chastain, he held the lead for about 11 laps, and he finished second, an outstanding 6 seconds behind Heim. Caden Honeycutt, Lane Riggs, Kyle Busch, Grant Enfinger, Matt Mills, Daniel Hemrick, Rajah Caruth, and Brandon Jones completed the top 10. Number 17, Gio Regadio, he scored his first career pole for that race. He led 2 laps, but he finished 21st. The Truck Series drivers' point standings after Charlotte, which is rates 11 of 18 regular season races. Corey Heim, he's got 4 wins. He's in first. Chandler Smith with 2 wins. He's in second. Daniel Hemrick, he's got a win. He's in third. Tyler Ankrum, 1 win. He is in fourth. Those are your winners this year. Grant Enfinger, he's in fifth. Lane Riggs, Caden Honeycutt, Jake Garcia, Ty Majeski, and Stuart Friesen round out the top 10. Outside the top 10 is Gio Regadio, Ben Rhodes, Rajah Caruth, Tanner Gray, and Matt Crafton. That is the 15 right there. In the Xfinity Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway, it was the BetMGM 300, and William Byron won with his 5th victory in 43 Xfinity Series races. This is his first victory and second top 10 finish in 2025. This is his first victory and his first top 10 finish in 3 races at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Connor Zilich, he finished second. He posted his first top 10 finish in 1 race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and it is his 4th top 10 finish of 2025. Nick Sanchez, he was third. He posted his first top 10 finish in 2 races at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Connor Zilich was the highest finishing rookie. Justin Allgaier leads the point standings by 71 points over Austin Hill, and it goes as follows after 13 races of 33 regular season races, with Austin Hill in first. As mentioned, Justin Allgaier following him in second. Justin Allgaier is actually the regular season championship leader, however that works. Points. Woo. Connor Zilich, he's got himself a win. He is in third. Jesse Love, one of my guys I like to follow, Jesse Love, he's got himself a win. He is in 4th. Sammy Smith, he's in 5th with a win. And your final person with a win in the points is Brandon Jones. He's got a win. He's in 6th. Then it's followed up by Sam Mayer, Ryan Sieg, Carson Guapel, Jeb Burton, Sheldon Creed, Harrison Burton, and currently below the elimination line is Nick Sanchez, Taylor Gray. Our boy from Daytona right here, Daniel Dye, he is at 15th. And Dean Thompson is in 16th. The Cup Series race, Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man. He won the 66 Coca-Cola 600 NASCAR Cup Series race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The win is his first win of the year It's his first at Charlotte and his 6th career win. William Byron finished second, followed by pole sitter Chase Briscoe, AJ Allmendinger, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, Christopher Bell, Ryan Preece, and Noah Gragson. They're rounding out the top 10. Byron dominated most of the race, leading at 283 laps and winning the first 3 stages. However, he could not hold off Chastain at the end. Chastain, who started the race from the rear due to a backup car, so he started dead last, went from worst to first, which was very impressive. He took the lead with 5 laps to go and pulled out to a 0.673 second margin of victory. The fastest lap bonus was earned by Denny Hamlin. There were 34 lead changes among 11 drivers and 8 cautions for 52 yellow flag laps. The average speed of the race was 135.781 miles per hour. Cup Series playoff standings after Charlotte, which is race 13 of 26 of the regular season. You got Young Money, Kyle Larson. He's got 3 wins. He's in the top. Christopher Bell with 3 wins. He's number 2. Denny Hamlin, he has 2 wins. He's 3rd. William Byron with a win is 4th. Ross Chastain is 5th with his victory. Joey Logano is 6th. Austin Cedric is 7th. Josh Berry is 8th. Chase Elliott is 9th. Tyler Reddick is 10th. Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Ryan Preece is the top 16. Outside that is AJ Allmendinger, Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, John Hunter Nemechek. 8 drivers has earned a spot for a chance with a win in the NASCAR Cup Championship Series. This segment is brought to you by Las Vegas Motor Speedway, LVMS.com. NASCAR returns out there to you in Las Vegas for the round of 8 at the South Point 400, October 10th, 11th, and 12th. Tickets available at LVMS.com. I know I just took that right from you. You were waiting for that. And I did.
Yeah, no, I wanted you to do it. Just wrap it up. You know why? Because right there he stands on the screen right there.
Hell yeah.
We talked to this gentleman just about a year ago, and he is moving up the ranks from a super late models. He's into the ARCA series. Presley Soren will join us live from Indiana, ladies and gentlemen. And his appearance is coming up. What you say, Scratch? He's coming up next.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. Downtown Las Vegas. Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Come on down here and have a good time with us, man. We'll get Presley to come out here to Las Vegas. We'll get him to run an ARCA event or something out here, and we'll bring him down here, let him drip with us, man, and have a good time. You know what I mean, Scratch?
I do know what you mean. I do. That's an awesome go-kart track there.
Yeah, we're gonna get it rocking and rolling. We're gonna get down to
anyway.
for you for putting me in a wall all the time. That's what you do. That's right.
You know, rubbing racing.
Listen, that's okay. I got me a new wingman sitting right there from Indiana, and I'll fly his butt right on out here, and he will guard me for the rest of my life.
That's not really fair. I race junk and he races ARCA cars. Is that really fair? No, I don't know if that's fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's join us from his shop, his home in Indiana, right there, man. We had him on the show about a little over a year ago, man, and he was running super late models, all kinds of stuff. And man, the next thing I know, I'm flipping the pages and I'm seeing this number 12 ARCA car. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Presley Soren. Good afternoon, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me.
What's been going on? Tell us over the last year, man. Last time I think I talked to you, you were looking for an ARCA. You were working a super late model. The next thing I know, here you are with a big car sitting in front of you. Tell us all about it. What's going on, man?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been extremely busy. but busy is good. I've been working really, really hard the last couple years. So yeah, when you last talked to me, I was running late models here in Indiana, and here we are running ARCA now. So I tested my first ARCA car down in Daytona last year in January, and ended up making 5 starts last year, and we're still digging this year. So got a really big upcoming race here in a couple months in July, on July 25th, at Indianapolis Raceway Park, my home track. So I'll be running the number 67 Maples Motorsports Ford in that event, and I can't wait.
Wow, man, rocking and rolling, man. So are you doing any? Are you out of super late models? Are you just keeping yourself tuned up with the super late when you're not in the ARCA?
Nope, pretty much just ARCA right now.
Scratch, got a question for the young man?
Yeah, man. What's that like, man? What's it like for you to get in that ARCA car, run, and just? I mean, it's awesome. Especially being a fan, like you've run Daytona.
Yep.
I mean, you tested at Daytona and you've run Daytona. I'm just a big fan of. I've been going since the late 70s. I know I don't look that old. I don't not like Alan there, but but yeah, man. So I'm just a huge fan of the ARCA cars, and because they come along with the cup cars here at Daytona and stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of it, man. It looks like a lot of fun, and I know there's a big margin of error with you guys, but what is it like, man, being in the car with just like Cletus McFarland, whatever he's doing in the ARCA car, I don't know, but he seems to be doing okay in it. Like, what's it like, man? Tell me all about it.
Yeah, they're really, really fun cars. The ARCA series is really cool because we go to pretty much everywhere. So, I mean, you can find us one week at a big super speedway like Daytona and Talladega, and then the next week we're at a little short track that might be in your backyard. And we go to dirt tracks, road courses, a little bit of everything. So I feel like for the drivers in ARCA, you have to be really diverse with your skill set. I feel like we're some of the best in the world, obviously still climbing up through the NASCAR ranks. So
For sure.
A lot of us are very young and inexperienced, and that's what the series is for. So we just keep working for more opportunities to keep moving up the ladder.
Are you going to stay? Go ahead, Scratch. Go.
I just want to know, what is your favorite, since you've just mentioned all the different tracks you go through, what would you say is your favorite track you like to go to in the ARCA series?
Yeah, so I'd say Daytona is the most surreal, just because, like, obviously it's Daytona.
For sure.
But my favorite track, and I guess there's a little bit of bias here, is Indianapolis Raceway Park. I feel like it fits my driving style perfect. It's a driver's track. It's super flat, multi-groove, so you can move around, search for grip, and I just feel like it suits me really well. And I think it's honestly one of my best tracks, both in the simulator, which is my background, so racing sims, and then in real world too. So I'm pumped for the next couple months.
The series does an East and a West Coast version. You plan any trips? Is there any possibility? Maybe, I know coming up in October here, we lose the truck race because they moved it to Sonoma. So on Friday night, the ARCA Series West Series will be at the Bull Ring here. And then, of course, Saturday and Sunday, the big boys pop up at the big track. So my question, Presley, is there any West Coast shots planned on the tour for you this year, a ride or anything to come west?
There's none planned, none set in stone, but I've had some talks with a few West teams. So I would really love to. It's so far out for me. Like, I made my way out to Phoenix earlier this year to spot an ARCA race. And it's about a 25-hour road trip, and we drove it, and it was a blast. But yeah, I'd love to come out west and race. You guys have some really, really cool short tracks out there. And then, like, Portland, the road course, I'd love to run up there. So yeah, never say never. I'd love to.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick just bought Kern County Speedway a couple of years ago. Man, I'm going to tell you, he stunk a bunch of money into this thing, not only on the asphalt track, but on the dirt track. So he's also he's running stock cars there. He's running a regular weekend series. He's got his dirt track, man. He's running speedway motorcycles on these things, man. I mean, we're talking the little alcohol nitro burning things, man. And I mean, they zip around. This 175-pound, 500cc motorcycle that'll go 0 to 60 in like 2.5 seconds. I mean, it's unreal to watch it. So that track, I'm really happy for Kevin Harvick to do that, to get in there and build that track up, man. So what else is on the tour, man, for you this year, man? The ARCA series, are you completely out of the super lights? You're done. No more super lights, no more local visits with it. You're done completely.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, if I got the opportunity, obviously I'm just a racer. I want to race. Right. So any opportunity to sit in a race car, I'm going to take. But yeah, there's nothing planned in any other series except for ARCA right now. But yeah, I race part-time in the series. When I'm not racing, I'm at almost every single event working in some capacity. So this year, just alone, most weeks I'm doing social media for a few different race teams. So I manage their social pages. A few weeks ago up in Flat Rock, I was doing photography for a few race teams. Some weeks I'm the spotter up on the spotter stand. So that's one of the other really cool things about the ARCA series is you get put on a bunch of different jobs. You may show up thinking you're doing one thing and you tack on a couple others. So I even changed tires on a pit stop at one point last year. So yeah, it's awesome. ARCA is cool. It's old school. It's the perfect mixture of old school and the new school, like up in the Cup series. So we're like that perfect middle ground.
You see, Scratch? Here we go. Here's another one right here. He ain't afraid to get his nails dirty. He ain't afraid to get on his hands. He's ready. If he's driving a car at 180 miles an hour one weekend and shooting photos for somebody the next weekend and then being up on a spotter stand going, quarterback, you're clear.
Presley, as you can see, Alan and I are like big fans of drivers that do it all. You don't just show up with your helmet and get in the car and race it. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that Alan and I are big fans of. The people, the guys like you that do a little bit of everything. In fact, it was funny because I was looking at your website and reading your bio, and I had saw that and you had brought it up before I got to ask you, but that you spot some. And I was going to ask you too about that. Does that help you as a driver, being able to spot races from well up above? Does that help you at all with your own driving skill?
Yeah, I'd say it does. I mean, you learn a good layout of each of the tracks when you're up there spotting. And I feel like one of the biggest things for me too is not quite every race, but almost every race for the past 2 or 3 years in ARCA and, down in the pits with the drivers, the teams and everything. And I've watched every single race really closely, even in between doing all the work within it. But I feel like I know all of the drivers' driving styles very, very well. So then when I get in the car, I kind of know how I need to race a certain person. So there's others that they're going to give you a car width and a half, and there's others that aren't even going to give you a car width. So yeah, I feel like I know the people I need to fight closer than others, and the guys that'll give me some room too. So yeah, I think learning drivers' characteristics as well as the track is very important with spotting.
Couple of quick things. You're an Indiana guy, man. We know that the smoke comes from Indiana. I'd like to get your views of what you think Tony's doing. I mean, we're talking an IndyCar champion. We're talking a NASCAR champion, a USAC champion. Now he's on his way in an NHRA. He has picked up two victories so far this year. He's an alcohol champion. I need to put that back in there because he did do that. What is your opinion of the Indiana kid, man? And I mean, now he's got he's married to Leah, got their new son and everything else. What do you think of Tony and for the state of Indiana and what Tony's doing at his age and everything else?
Oh, well, what Tony's doing is awesome. Tony is my hero growing up. He was my favorite driver, which he almost had to be because I'm a Hoosier as well. But yeah, I mean, we have tons of conversation these days about who the best race car driver in the world is. And you can throw in there Alex Palou, Max Verstappen, Kyle Larson, all these different people from these different disciplines. But I always say Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart is the best race car driver in the world because he's so diverse. He runs everything and he does it successfully. I mean, you never see him racing not competitively. I mean, he's won an IndyCar, won championships in IndyCar, won championships in NASCAR, raced and won World of Outlaws. Now he's leading the points in NHRA. I think he's still leading the points.
Yeah.
I know he was. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, he can do literally everything behind the wheel of a race car. And like, the longevity of it too. I mean, he has been racing for so long and there's zero signs of backing down because he's still doing well and winning. So yeah, Tony's the man.
I had a chance to interview Tony last year at the fall races out here. And I'm going to tell you, I've been around him in the NASCAR days and I understand it. After you spend time, and you know this, President, and Scratch, you've been around it too, that the drivers have got a lot to go. Just not driving the car, testing the car, practicing the car, this, that, but the sponsor commitments there. And they're back then in that day, I mean, he was just filled. I mean, with the Home Depot and the Old Spice stuff. And when I got to talk to him, I sat down and I looked at him and I said, Tony, you just seem to be a lot happier. And he said, I liked NASCAR. I love driving it. I loved IndyCar. But he goes, man, I'm coming to the track. I'm coming with a team I really like. I'm racing with my wife and my family. And he goes, sponsor commitments are sponsor commitments. But man, I feel like the monkey besides having to pay the bills every week, but the monkey's sort of off of the back, that he can come to the track and relax and race and have fun. And, he's just a heck of a guy. Real quickly, since you're a race car driver, let me get your view on this. What do you think about Kyle and the Tony? Tony Stewart is actually the only successful one to both finish the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 in a finishing position. What do you think about Kyle and this? Is this something that you would be interested if the day ever came and you were racing NASCAR and all of a sudden Chip Ganassi calls you up and says, Presley, I got a car. Let's put you in it. Let's see what you can do. What would you say?
Absolutely yes, without hesitation. The number one race on my bucket list is the Indy 500. I want to run that race so bad. It's my favorite race in the world. I was there this past weekend. I go every year. Yeah, I love Indy. I would absolutely do it in a heartbeat. I think it's really interesting, the drivers that go over there and try it from like the NASCAR side or just other disciplines, and how much they struggle, even though, they're so competitive in the discipline that they do. It just shows how hard those cars are to drive. And it's not, the stereotypical another left turn or something like that. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. And then, you saw this year, Kyle struggles, and he's an awesome race car driver. But, they made some changes with the hybrid and the cars weigh more and just a lot of different elements, and they're tough to drive. So, yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat, but I don't think that time's coming anytime soon.
I saw pictures. You were at Indy. I saw the pictures of you standing down by the pagoda. What did you think of the finish this year?
As a race fan, I was kind of frustrated sitting there watching it but I understood it from everybody's different side, because the leaders couldn't really do anything, which Pelot made a fantastic move for the win. Like, that was textbook. He couldn't have done it better if he tried. But it was kind of frustrating watching the lap cars in front, because as you know how the Indy 500 is every year, the lead two cars leapfrog so much at the end of the race. And,
right.
One will pass one into turn one, and then they'll get passed back into three. But this year, the leapfrog cars were the two lap cars in front of the field, and then the leaders they couldn't do anything. I mean,
right.
Pelot couldn't even mount a charge on the lap cars. Ericsson couldn't mount a charge on Pelot, which ended up being a good thing because his car failed tech, and we wouldn't have wanted to see a tech failing car win the race. But
right.
Yeah, it was just, it's Indy. It's the same characteristics, tough to pass because of the aero. It was just unfortunate that it was the lap cars kind of controlling things instead of the leaders. But at the same time, I understand why the lap cars were racing as they were, because if it's 10 laps to go and the caution comes out, they stay on the lead lap and they cycle back around to the field, crash on the restart. They could pick up, it's a 10-15 spot swing there. So yeah, I understand it. It's just, the circumstances kind of, they weren't great.
We got a couple of minutes left with President Scratch. Got another question for him?
So you're a big fan of Indy, obviously, being from Indiana yourself. That was pretty cool. Did you think that it was a little? It seemed to me watching it, and I don't watch a lot of Indy car racing. I watch some of it, and I always try to watch the Indy 500. But I thought it was a little odd. I thought there was more cautions and more accidents and more slip ups and mistakes made, it seemed like, by drivers in this year's Indy 500 than normal. Now, me being not a huge IndyCar fan, maybe I just thought that, but did you feel that way, being that, you go to the Indy 500 a lot and being an Indy fan and things like that? Did you feel like maybe this Indy 500 was a little extra maybe cautions or crashes or mistakes made in it?
Yeah, so definitely. I feel like the race was kind of flip-flop from normal, where normally, like, the first half of the race is very slow. Mm-hmm. Everything's to a point, everyone's just sitting in line, fuel saving. So it wasn't really like that this year at the beginning, because there were so many cautions right off the bat. Typically, we see those at the end of the race. So
right.
That was kind of interesting. We had the pace lap caution with McLaughlin and Marco on the first corner.
Yeah.
And just a lot happening at the beginning, and I feel like the end, like the second half, didn't have a whole lot to it. So it's kind of weird how it played out. But leading up to the race, we had multiple big crashes in practice and qualifying and all,
right.
And the cars seemed, and just from hearing the drivers talk, they seemed a lot tougher to drive this year. And they didn't have great conditions. And there was a couple practice days, and I think the first qualifying day, where they were having 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts and stuff like that, and that affects those cars obviously massively. So the conditions weren't great the whole time. They were pretty good for the race, but conditions mixed with the addition of the hybrid, bringing on the extra weight to the car, the extra power too. I think it just threw everybody for a loop this year.
Yeah, it just like I said, as a fan and watching it just seemed a little. I was like, man, this Indy 500 is kind of wild. It seems like today, and then like you said there towards the end with the lap cars, kind of pacing the field more or less. Them being out there in the front, that made it a little different at the end as well. So I just felt like the whole Indy 500 was a little bit different this year.
I agree. It felt totally off from years past.
Right.
I was so disappointed. I was happy. I've always been an Andretti fan. And I am glad that they're going to allow them into F1. And I hope that NASCAR opens their eyes and allows them to come on into NASCAR too, because I've always been an Andretti fan. And I grew up just below Columbus, Ohio. So I was a Bobby Rahal fan growing up too. But when Marco hit that first turn, man, and that car lost, man, I was so happy that he made the field. And I just said, could there be a miracle this year? Could an Andretti get to winner's circle this year? Wouldn't that be something to have one of the big four families in IndyCar, really, sort of like NASCAR? But that real quickly, too, controversy with Penske. I got an article maybe you caught more because you're catching up more, that has everything been settled with Andretti? Because I've heard that there's rumors there could have been some cheating going on with their team. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to read the full article. I thought I'd ask you, President, because you seem to have been tied up with the IndyCar this weekend. Is everything good with Andretti as far as what you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they got penalized pretty good. I don't know if they got fined or not, but I think it was, so there's 2 Andretti cars and 1 Prema car that got sent to the back of the field for the finishing order for the 500. Right. So I don't know what they did. I didn't read into it to see what they actually did that was in breach of the rules, but it was evidently big enough to get DQ'd. So, and that's so unfortunate too for the drivers, because obviously, whatever they were doing, whether it was intentional or not, the drivers don't even know anything about it. We just, drive the car. If there's any cheats or, mishaps with the car, we typically don't know. So, they did the whole race, and especially Marcus Ericsson finishing second, almost winning the thing. Like, he did everything that he was supposed to, did a great job the whole day, worked his way through the field a couple times, and then on the results for the race forever, it's going to show him in like 31st. And that's just, you hate it for him, but obviously if you're not in compatibility with the rules, then you shouldn't get to finish where you finished. So
we talked about this last week. A lot of people chimed in on our chats here, said that the Penske team should have been disqualified all the way around, that the 2 cars shouldn't have even been allowed in the race at all, no matter setting them to the back, no matter what. They said we had a bunch of clicks on it, said get him out of there, but it's done, it's over with. We'll see what Roger's going to do. Of course, 3 main members of that organization are out the job. I guess the biggest one with Cendric in there, because he's been there, was there so long. And here's another thing, and you for a race car driver, now his son has got to start feeling a lot of weight on the shoulder because, my dad got kicked out, or my dad was fired from Penske because he got caught cheating, and now this pressure is on him. I hope Austin Cendric has a good rest of his year, man. I'd like to see him get a shot at winning at the title, and I hope everything works out. One final question, since we've been talking this, Scratch, I think you'll chime into, because he's talked about NASCAR guys and coming over NASCAR to IndyCar. And there's been IndyCar guys that have went to NASCAR. Let me ask you this, Presley. Do you think Lando Norris, Max V, or Lewis Hamilton would have a shot at running well at Indy? Not on the street courses, at the big track.
I think absolutely. I think especially Max and Lando, because they're so young. Obviously, like, Lewis is pretty deep in his career, so to make a change of discipline this late into the careers, it would probably be a pretty steep learning curve. Not that he couldn't do it, but Lando and Max are both, a little bit more green. So obviously they've been around the road course racing and F1 and stuff, but I think that they could pick it up pretty quickly. And obviously, Max Verstappen is one of the best and fastest race car drivers in the world. So I think pretty much anything that he gets in, he's going to be fast. Lando does a bunch of sim stuff. And, a couple of years ago during COVID time, he did the IndyCar race that iRacing put on, like, during the broadcast COVID era. And Lando almost won the thing. He was leading out of the final corner and got wrecked by, I think, Santino Ferrucci. or maybe Simon Pagenaud, one of the two. But yeah, so I think either one of them would be really good, and it's just it would be business as usual for them. And same with Lewis. I think if you gave them a car capable of doing well, they're going to get everything out of it.
Okay, that's a good. I mean, and I'm not talking about transferring me permanent. Maybe more like a one and done, like a Larson's doing. You know, obviously they couldn't do it on the Indy weekend unless they changed the Monaco date, and I don't see that happening because that is the biggest racing weekend. We were breakfast at Monaco, lunch at Indy, and dinner in Charlotte. But I mean, I would be interested, even if it was a one race type of thing. But I'd want to see him on an oval. I wouldn't want to see him on a street course or a road course. I'd want to see these guys on an oval to see. Because let's face it, man, you were there. 230 mile an hour around that 2.5 mile racetrack. I mean, 230 mile an hour for what, 2.5 to 3 hours? That's, I mean, that's not, that's not going into the corner, slowing it down to 45 to 50, then punching the throttle up to 160 and then slowing it back down. I mean, you're 230 miles an hour all day long. So that's what I would be interested in. Do you think their stamina and conditioning could take that,
I think it could, because they do so much training, especially like with neck training and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, I mean, we know that they can do the street and the road courses. We know that already. Like if they hopped over in an Indy car and did Barber or St. Pete or something like that, they're going to be fast. But the ovals are a totally different ball game. And I think it's really funny too. Like they get asked every once in a while, especially leading up towards the Monaco Indy 500 weekend. They get asked like, "Would you ever do Indy?" And I think somebody asked Lando just a few weeks ago, and he said, "No, absolutely not." And that seems to be the most common answer with the F1 drivers, is they say, "No, there's no way I would do that," because they feel like it's such a big safety risk, and they just, I don't know. They don't want to do it, out of their comfort zone.
You've been there in Indiana, and I know you've seen a lot of 500s as a young man you are, but boy, you get crashing those things, man. I'm telling you, 230 mile an hour, you better hold on for dear life. Scratch, you get anything that you'd like to ask him before we let this young man go? We've actually kept him. I hope we didn't keep you from anything else, man. We just got talking racing with you, man. That's it. That's great. Scratch.
I got a comment. I was just going to say, man, you're an impressive young man, and I wish you well on your career, man. I'll be watching you out there on the ARCA racing for sure.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Presley, before we let you go, I always lay up the last minute to our guests. Please let everybody know where they can find you at social media-wise. If you're looking for sponsorships, help along your racing career, let them know how they can get in contact with you, my friend.
Yeah, so the easiest way is my website. It's just my name, PresleySora.com. My social media pages are all at Presley Sora, so I try to keep it as easy as possible. But yeah, that's the best way to find me. It's got all my contact info on it. So I try to keep everything easy and accessible for everyone, and yeah, just have a good time with it. But real quick, I do want to give a quick shout out to Health Markets, Rick Fallis, Michael Wenner, Rick Bell. These guys are sponsoring me for my upcoming race in Indianapolis, and I am so excited to have Health Markets on the car. And same with Go Gut Microbiotic. I've not had either of them on a car before. It'll be their first time on a race car, so I know that they're really pumped, and I can't wait for it. So Indianapolis Raceway Park, July 25th, my home race. I'm pumped. I'll be in the number 67 Ford.
Just to let you know, the NHRA is heading to Epping, New Hampshire. Top Fuel. Tony Stewart leads Sean Langdon. 3 points, my friend. There you go. That's where he's at, coming in, man. There you go. How about it?
Right.
That's it. Hey, we want to thank you so much. Presley Sora from Indiana. Are you in Indianapolis? Are you in Indianapolis?
Not quite Indianapolis, over east of Indy.
Yes, Indy. Hey, listen, man. Keep in touch with DIAN. Let us know. We're going to be watching you coming up for that race in there. And in fact, I might just give you a little ring if you get a little shot from here in Indianapolis to give us a quick little shout out from the track. Would you be willing to do that for us, my friend?
I can do that. Absolutely.
There you go. Thank you so much, man. It's great to have you. Good luck for keep the pedal to the metal. Be safe, be careful, and rock and roll, my friend. Have a good day.
Yes,
absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Take care.
Thanks, Presley Sora right there. Scratch. Let's take a quick break. We come back. We'll talk a little NHRA. In fact, the smoke's on top. He's on top. We're coming up for you.
Come on! What the yeah! Oh, man! Woo!
Gary B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Kia, movement that inspires.
That's my buddy Chris Martin right there, Scratch. He's a driver out of Canada. And let me tell you a little quick thing about it. Chris has a hearing problem, deaf. Okay. They actually devised a helmet for him. He has two little things that are inside implanted, right? But they designed a helmet for him that he can dial out noise. He can literally dial the engine noise out of his car. He can actually dial the crowd noise. So the only thing that he can hear is just his team and his crew chief or his spotter talking to him. That's it. It is so well, and he did that commercial for Toyota right there. I wanted to roll that today, man. Scratch, you get ready and get the open wheel for the F1 and IndyCar, and I'll get these guys rocking and rolling in the NHRA. Brought to you by our good friends at Hammer and Harry's Resort, 450 Fremont Street. They're open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Great food, fun times, and home of the $5 margarita. Well, as you know, the series is heading to New England this weekend, and if you need some information, planning on attending this weekend's event at the New England Nationals in Epping, New Hampshire, check out the new guidelines and things. And what you need to do, folks, go to the NHRA.com. They've got all the information about there. They've got Nitro Alley schedules, driver bios. They're going to have autograph session dates and times where you can meet that. Don't forget, if you're out there on Sunday morning, they got a great chapel service that they open to everybody. You can actually Scratch on Sunday morning. You can go to chapel with John Force if you're there. Nice. You can actually go, which is really cool that they open that up not only for the drivers and the teams, but they open it up for the early morning fans that want to come have a Sunday service out there. So NHR Broadcasting Team has also been awarded the Golden Tellys. That's right, the 7th annual Overall Telly Awards. This sort of upsets me because they were doing it with Fox and they got great production off of that. But boy, have they screw a NASCAR up. But I'm glad that they got a telly for the NHRA and good production and everything else. But get your heads together. And also, did you hear this too? Fox lost 2 races next year to Prime.
Since you mentioned that, I just want to say that I thought Prime did a fantastic job. I thought watching it on, this is my opinion though, I thought it was refreshing. I thought it was great. I thought they did great. I thought they did absolutely great. I thought it was entertaining. It was nice to hear Dale Jr. I mean, the whole thing, Marty Smith, it was great. I thought it was great. I thought I give Prime 2 thumbs up and A+, whatever it is you want to give them that's top, I'm giving it to them.
You want to know what the number was? 2.6 share, man. 2.6 million on the Coca-Cola 600. Yeah. It's just, And,
I thought they did a great job. I saw Dale Jr. Talking too about, the good thing about the streaming with Prime or whatever, like the post race, for an example. they could do 30 minutes or they could do an hour and a half. They could do as long as they want to. You know, there's not a set time that they have to that they have to be on or off. So if it's a magnificent race and there's a bunch of stuff going on or whatever, they can stay on as long as they want. You know, if they just got a little stuff to cover at the end, boom, it's over. So, that's kind of neat too, to have that luxury of time like that. But honestly, I thought Prime did a great job. You and me were talking about the TV and then the streaming and then the this and that, man. You can still feel that way, but you couldn't have watched that and not thought that it was a good job. I thought Prime did a great job.
Well, here are the comments right here. The all-around average for the race on the Coca-Cola 600 on Prime Video averaged 2.72 million viewers on Sunday night. The race coverage Prime peaked at 2.92 million viewers, and that peaked between 8:15 and 8:29. Okay, but they kept over. I'll make sure that I'm reading this right, because I don't want to say something into that. They kept over a 2.6 million or 2.6 share of the market. And I agree with you. Earnhardt Jr. was fantastic. I read a couple of comments that they said, well, he messed up. He called a driver a wrong name or a wrong car number or this. Listen, folks, we make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes every day.
So do the people that are complaining about people making mistakes.
That's right. Junior was fantastic.
Yeah,
the reason why I've said this, and you know that I have said this, because the people that are working with Junior are not trying to make him a broadcaster. They're letting him be a race car driver, explaining the action and what happens.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Yes, go ahead.
The problem with Jeff Gordon was good, but what they tried to do is they tried to take the driver away from Jeff Gordon and make him a broadcaster. No, let him be what he was. Junior did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
My hat's off to Prime. I thought they did a great job. I mean, they tried that Tyson fight a while back, and that wasn't Prime, was it? Or was that Prime? No, that was Netflix. Netflix struggled with that a little bit, but Prime again. I thought Prime did a great job.
I didn't see one lag. I did not have one lag in my coverage, not one pause or anything like that. So which told me that Prime had their engineering department, their IT people, their tech people on board. They had it together. They said, we're ready to go. If we take 2 million, fine. If we take 3 million, fine. If it's more than that, we can tail it and we can get ready to go. But anyhow, great job. Congratulations to Fox for getting your telly on the NHRA. Maybe you can get your act together for NASCAR. Real quickly, heading into this weekend scratch, Tony Stewart up on top, Sean Langdon, but just 3 points. Austin Prock and Funny Car, he's 51. Jack Beckman, 51. Dallas Glenn in your pro stock. Greg Anderson, who's been leading the points all year long. Greg Anderson now sits 11 back. And pro stock motorcycles, well, Matt Smith held on to the lead for a couple of times, but our old buddy Gage Herrera is back number one, buddy. He's going to be tough to stop. Scratch, you got us some latest information about everything that happened at Indy, and we'll talk a little F1 too. How about it, my friend?
Yeah, for sure. This segment is brought to you by our partners at the Atlanta Motorsports Park. For more information, you can phone them at 678-381-8527, or you can go to atlantamotorsportspark.com. Atlanta Motorsports Park is the country club of motorsports, and I can't wait to go there with my boy Alan Michaels. Looking forward to that right there. Right? And IndyCar. The best milk I ever tasted. That's what Paolo said on the victory podium after a hearty swig from the traditional winner's bottle of milk. It tastes so good. What an amazing feeling. Paolo won under caution when the 500 rookie Nolan Siegel crashed his number 6 Aero McLaren Chevrolet in turn 2 on the final lap of the 200-lap race, which started 43 minutes late due to passing sprinkles. Two-time defending series champion Paolo passed the number 28 Allegra Honda of Andretti Global's Marcus Ericsson on lap 187 and never trailed thereafter. Paolo earned his 5th win in 6 series races this season. The number 10 DHL Chip Ganassi Racing Honda padding his championship lead to a whopping 115 points over Pato Award of Aero McLaren, but more importantly, of his legacy as one of the great all-time champions of the sport. he gained a spot on the Borg Warner Trophy, the first Spaniard to earn the distinction and immortality. It's going to make Alex Palou's career. It's going to make his life, and it certainly has made mine, winning team owner Chip Ganassi said. Chip Ganassi Racing earned its 6th victory in the greatest spectacle of racing at first since Ericsson won in 2022. The top 10 of the 500, Alex Palou, Dave Malukas. I want to point out he drives for AJ Foyt Enterprises, which had 2 cars in the top 5. Pato Ward in the Aaron McLaren was 3rd. Felix Rosenquist in the Meyer Shake Racing was 4th. Santino Ferrucci, he was the other AJ Foyt Enterprise car in the top 5. Christian Rasmussen, Kristen Lundgaard, Connor Daly, Takuma Sato in the Ray Hall Letterman, he was 9th. And Helio Castor Nevis, he got himself a top 10. And so that was impressive right there. The point standings after Indy, Alex Palou is at first, Pato O'Ward, Christian Lundgaard, Felix Rosenquist, and number 5 is Kyle Kirkwood. Yes, sir.
I guess I would have to turn my mic back on. There you go. No problem, man. There we go. Hey, real quickly, I don't know. You caught Lando Norris, man. He was too much for the Ferraris and Red Bull racing. It was Lando Norris over Charles Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, and Lewis Hamilton. Top 5 finish for you. Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, Max V, and George Russell lead your points in F1, man. A good F1. I'm telling you, Scratch, the damn thing started off, and they come up out of that chute. And they hit the first corner. The tires were smoking. The bodies were rubbing. And I swear to God, you thought you were at Martinsville. I thought we were going to see some tore-up race cars. I really did on that first lap coming down, man. It was something else.
I didn't get to catch it, but, you were saying, breakfast in Monaco. I got had breakfast at Indy myself, but that's just because I sleep till noon.
Diane looked at me. She goes, "There's no way you're going to get it," because I've been up and I'd gotten prep work ready to go, right? She goes, "There's no way you're going to make it at 5 minutes till 6. By darn, that alarm went off. The coffee was already brewed. The cat was up wanting his breakfast, so I served him breakfast. I grabbed a Danish and turned the TV on. And the best thing about it, thank you, ABC ESPN. Thank you. Thank you for not moving it to a channel that everybody's got to pay zillions of dollars to watch the darn thing. They put it on the regular ABC, ESPN, which is, Disney, all that is all owned by their umbrella. But they actually put, at least here in Las Vegas, because I was ready to go to ESPN, I thought, you know what? It's early in the morning. And it's actually a little bit too early for the church services to start on TV. Maybe will I get lucky. Sure enough, man, I hit it on local 13 here. And the next thing I knew, the big F1 emblem came up on the screen, and I said, "We're racing, let's go." And that was it. And, of course, we had the coverage all the way around. But to make that name, Prime did such a great job. NASCAR, from what I've understood, they're losing Kansas, they're losing the All-Star race, and they're losing Charlotte. Yes, and Mike Joy's going to ride with and he's going to race with his son at Sonoma this year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We talked about that, I think, last week, as a matter of fact. Yes.
I didn't know.
While we're throwing out thank yous, man, I'd like to sarcastically thank my ex-girlfriend for not blocking me out of Prime so I could actually watch Charlotte this weekend.
Okay.
That damn rabbit.
Real quickly, dirt racing for the past weekend. It was Carson McAdoo, Chris Wyndham, Cole Duncan, Hunter Suchenberg, and Skylar G. Those are your top 5 racing weekend over at the dirt tracks. David Gravel's on top, Michael Colford, Logan Schuart, Carson McAdoo, and Sheldon Hudson Child. There you go. All right. I got us out of that one.
Did you? Because I'm still laughing about it.
I know. I'm just trying to move right along, let you get your laugh right on out of there.
Thank you.
You get ready for motorcycle news coming up, okay?
Okay. That's what I'll do.
Right. You do that. You can't hear the haters. That's what Aaron Russell said when he beat everybody's ass at Port Royal, and he collected $100,000 doing it too. Man, this kid was on fire. He was definitely rocking and rolling. I'm telling you, Logan Wagner, Tyler Courtney, Logan Schuart, Rico Abreu, Brian Brown. This is all the high limits racing. I am so upset about this because when they were here for the season opener, it rained and poured that night. It rained and poured. So then we tried to get over to the Saturday night, but the Xfinity race ran long, so we didn't do that. If you guys are checking this out, highlimits.com, dirt racing on the sprint cars. Great racing. Great racing. Currently on top, Brad Sweet, 959 points. Tyler Courtney at 927. Brent Marks is sitting back in third spot, 894. Rico Brew at 892. He's at fourth spot. Aaron Russell at 888, fifth. Justin Peck at 845. He's sitting in sixth. Casey Kane, 695. He sits in seventh. Spencer Baston at 671. And Tanner Thorson at 658. Chase Randall wrapping up the top 10. You got some motorcycle news for us, buddy?
Yes, sir. And this segment is brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. That's right, the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycle racers and the motorcycle industry icons, past and present. For more information, you can log on to hotshoe.com. Monster Energy News, a 17-round Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship indoor stadium season of the SMX World Championship Series concluded on Saturday, May 10th at Rice Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. The Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing's Cooper Webb, he won the title and joined a very short list of athletes, 7, to earn 3 or more premier championships at 29. Webb becomes the oldest champion in the sport's history, besting 2-time champion Eli Tomac by just 1 week. Webb finished the season with 5 wins and 13 podium appearances, like the 450 SX Class Championship. The Eastern Divisional 250 SX Class Championship also came down to the final race of the season. The Dave Coombs Sr. East-West Showdown that featured both 250 division racings together. Red Bull KTM's Tom Vialli backed up last year's title run with a second championship over rivals Seth Hemaker and RJ Hampshire. Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing's Hayden Deegan wrapped up the Western Divisional 250 SX Class Championship 1 week earlier in Denver, Colorado. The 2025 Monster Energy Supercross season drew the 4th highest attendance in sports modern era. The season started with a sold-out event at the Anaheim opener at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California on January 11th for the second year in a row. Round 7 in Arlington, Texas, AT&T Stadium on February 22nd was the most attended event of the season, hosting more than 68,000 fans. Rounds 9 through 11 in Indianapolis, Indiana at Locust Oil Stadium on March 8th and Seattle, Washington at Lumen Field on March 29th both recorded their second highest attendances. That's a weird word to say. Attendances ever for the respective markets, with Indianapolis pulling an impressive 62,000 plus, Seattle drawing 58,463, round 15 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at AccuSure Stadium on April 26th, with a shining star of the Northeast run as more than 58,000 fans attended the first race ever held at the stadium and first time back in a market since 1983. The pre-race festival FanFest also drew a notable 23,000 plus fans, which is 8,000 more people than neighboring PPG Paints Arena would typically host for a sold-out Pittsburgh Penguins NHL home game. The season concluded with near-capacity crowd at the Rice Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. In total, 828,796 fans attended the Supercross, and 329,751 showed up early for the pre-race festivities known as FanFest in 2025.
Yeah. There we go. Hey, you know what? The series is really not over. That's just for the championship run. So they've got actually round 19 coming up. Coming up this weekend. So they'll be doing that. So they're just really sort of racing for fun now. It's just all the points are done. So now it's just go out and kick your ass. That's what it is.
They still got a race, but the championship's decided.
Tell us a little bit about the Progressive Flat Track Series, my friend.
Sure, the Progressive American Flat Track Series is back in action on June 7th, Lucas Speedway. After 5 events, here's a look at the points. The Super Twins point standings is Briar Bauman is first, Dallas Daniels is second, David Fisher is third, AFT singles is Tom Drain, Chase Satoff, Trevor Bruner. He is in third. Speedway Racing News, AMA Speedway National Championship Round 1, June 21st at Bakersfield, AMA Speedway National Championship Round 2, August 9th, Industry Hills, AMA Speedway National Championship Final Round, the day after my birthday, in case you want to get me a present. September 19th, Fast Fridays, AMA Speedway National Under 21 Championship, October 11th in Bakersfield. And this segment was brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycle racers and the motorcycle industry's icons, past and present. More information, log on to hotshoehof.com. Plus, you can donate. We're looking to get some money to get some kids' shoes. I know Alan knows a little more about it than I do, but we're looking for money to get kids' shoes. The ticker going across the bottom of the screen right there will tell you, log on there, donate, and we can get, like Alan always says, we got plenty of adult shoes. We got adult shoes. I have a pair of shoes, so we have a lot of adult shoes. We need kids' shoes. So if you guys want to donate right there, that goes right to the shoes, right to the cause. The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame has nothing to do with myself or Alan Michaels. We don't get paid a dime.
Nope, we sure don't. And just to let you know, I need to raise about $5,000, everybody. I need to get shoes for, like Scratch said, we got shoes for the big people, guys and gals. We got to get some shoes. We got to get smaller size. I need to get size like 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s for the little kids. Summertime is here, man. School's getting ready to get out. I need to get an order in. Doesn't take us long.
They're comfortable. They're comfortable too.
And also, I talked to Paulette Anderson over at Speedway Children's Charities. I want to get some shoes ready for kids because they do a big Christmas thing over there. It's nice to get toys and it's nice to get things like that. But, man, if you got holes in your shoes, playing with the toys ain't real fun. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I've always believed that we need to clothe the kids and feed the kids and worry about the toys later. Just in case you wanted to know, it's your chance to take part of this and be part of it. And you can also get you a kicker on this. The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame is a 501c3 nonprofit. We have all the registrations. It's all been approved. We have had the paperwork. It's all done. We provide new shoes. They're called Heart Shoes. It's for needy men and women and children. They're necessary for good health and positive development. We've already had stops here in Las Vegas. Scratch, they went to the tunnels. You know about the tunnels here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Gene and those guys, Gene and Jerry Bernardo and all those guys took about 150 pairs of shoes. And they
find a lot of the people that need help in Las Vegas is in those tunnels.
I'm going to tell you, folks, Gene said, man, I've been in some scary places. I've raced all over the world and everything else. He goes, man, I'm telling you, it's a different world down there. And he goes, we got him in and got him out, 150 pairs down there. What a great job they did. We're going to have video footage. Jerry shot video. We're going to have video footage to show you this. Like we said, we've been here in Vegas. They've been in California. Jerry was up in Sacramento. We don't sell sponsorships to this program. So this is how you guys can work out. If you have a business out there, you're going to make a donation of $500. We will give you 130-second spots on this program that airs worldwide to 2.1 million followers on this network, okay? If you donate $1,000, we'll give you 200 of them. This is completely, you can write this off, folks. You don't have to, you're going to write a check out, not to On Pit Road Racing. You're not writing a check to Alan Michaels or DIAN or Scratch or Gene or anybody. You're going to write a check out to the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, just like it says on that ticker. You send it in, you put us in, let us know that you were a company. You can also reach out to us at 702-803-0875. And we will send you the paperwork. We actually Scratch, we've got little laminate things like Rockstar backstage things that has our 501c3s on them. So we're going to send you everything. And when it comes down to tax time, all you got to do is submit that paperwork and you can deduct 100%. 100% of your money can be donated for the shoes. And we will get them out to kids, boys, girls, young men, young ladies, middle-aged men, middle-aged women, seniors. We've gotten them to seniors. It's a good thing. You need more information, drop us a line. We can fill you more in at onpitroadracing@gmail, or give us a shout at 702-803-0875 if you need any more explanations about it. I need to raise $5,000 in the next 30, 60 days, okay? That's what I need to do. I know economy's tight right now. I know things are tight. Hey, whether it's $1, $5, $1,000, it doesn't make a difference. Every dollar goes to buy those shoes, okay? Real quickly, Scratch, we're back at the Bull Ring on we're going out the Bull Ring this weekend.
Oh, that's
We'll be
cool.
out there Saturday night. And
Oh,
no,
like
actually,
that?
July 3rd. No, actually, I'm sorry. Take that back because I kept thinking July 3rd. Bull Ring. We'll be there the night of the fire. That's the big Bull Ring. That's the big fireworks show at the Bull Ring.
That's like a whole month away.
Yeah, we're about a month away from there. October 18th is championship night out there, so we'll be covering that. Then, of course, October 11th, the Xfinity Series. October 12th, the Cup Series Round 8. And the NHRA returns to October 30th through November 2nd, so we'll be out covering all that. All right, you want to rat a little bit? Let's rant a little bit.
All right, talk to me. What's on your mind?
You got anything you want to rant about? Because I got a couple things here.
Well, I don't know. I don't really want to rant about anything, but I got a little good news that I might want to share. One being that I'm about to be the new ringmaster, so to speak, at this place, Peanuts in New Smyrna, for the comedy auction. They do an auction. They auction. People donate stuff and they auction it off every Tuesday night at Peanuts at 7:00. And this place is really awesome. And a friend of mine has been doing it for like 7 years, and he's moving on to do something else, and kind of handpicked me to take over. So I've been there the last 2 Tuesdays with him. This past Tuesday, I did like a third of the show, and I guess I was a hit. So I should do all right with it. But so I'm looking forward to that. In the next week or so, I'll be there every Tuesday from now on. But in the next week or so, I'll be taking that show over and being the new ringmaster for the comedy auction that they have at Peanuts in New Smyrna. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I also got good news this week. As we know, I do the sports on WSBB, and even though I said it's going to be good news, I'm no longer going to be doing the sports on WSBB, but that's because I am now going to have a racing show was offered to me at WSBB. So rather than just do some sports bits every day, I'm going to be doing a race report, so to speak, every day, a little small a racing story of somewhat of from any, just like we do, cover all of the racing. I'm sure, being that it's in this area and it's on local radio in New Smyrna at WSBB, that it's going to be a little more NASCAR focused, a little bit like us though, but we cover a lot of everything, and I'm going to cover everything. We might even borrow the On Pit Road Racing name, maybe, you never know. But
I already told you guys can call it whatever you like to call it. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations.
I'm sure we're going to have you on it. So my show will be Fridays from 5 to 6 live at WSBB, and that's 5:00 Eastern Standard Time, which is 2:00 your time, if y'all wanted to check it out. So yeah, man, I'm going to be doing a little racing report every single day and a whole racing show 5 to 6, and we're going to have you involved, man. You and me are stuck together at the hip.
There you go. All right, Lee, I'm going to rant a little bit, and we'll get the hell out of here.
I want to hear what's on your mind. I like when you rant.
I'm just telling you, I just don't think this is Jim France here trying to, this guy is the France. I'm going to tell you, if the old man was still alive, he'd be rocking and rolling. So anyhow, Jim France, who is the co-owner, Jim France is NASCAR's co-owner and CEO, decided that he wanted to put a team together. They're going to fund the team. Going to send him to New Smyrna, or not New Smyrna. They're going to send him to Sonoma.
New Smyrna.
Road racing. Spire Motorsports is going to help him out.
Yep.
Now, my question and what I am upset about, why in the hell is the co-owner and the CEO of NASCAR wanting to put a team together to put it on a track? I mean, this is conflict of interest all the way. I'm sorry. You got enough problems running the series. You don't need to put a car out there. I don't care if it's a Childress car. I don't care if it's a Spire car. I don't care if it's a JGR car, Hendrick, Childress. It doesn't make a difference.
Is there any word on who they might want to put in it?
Well, no, the deal.
Or
I
they
believe
want
is
to
well
work
done.
with one of the ones they have now.
Well, the deal is actually fell apart, and this is because of the online, The Athletic. I don't know if you read The Athletic or not, but they got into this thing and they wanted to find out. They're wait a second here. So, yes, Jack Aiken, a 29-year-old road race specialist who drives for the France-owned team Action Express Racing,
Action
an
Express?
International Motorsports Association, which is the IMSA circuit.
Yeah, the 24 hours, the Rolex.
Mm-hmm. So that's who they had. But according to Spire co-owner Jeff Dickerson, who confirmed the plans, but instead the car would not have been fielded by France's team directly. It would have been intended to be a Spire entry staffed by Spire personnel. It doesn't make a difference.
They were going to fund it so they could fund it so one of their IMSA drivers could drive Sonoma. Is that the understanding?
I guess that's what that is. But yeah, but he wants to put the money in it. No. The best thing that could happen since they can't keep it together. What was it, 3-4 years ago? Watkins Glen, Bill France Jr. got busted for drunk driving, opioids in the car, this, that, and everything else. The best thing that the France family could do right now is put that thing up on the market or let SMI come in there and buy NASCAR out. The only reason why they have not taken control of this thing is because they don't have Daytona and they don't have Talladega. And just to agree with you, I do agree that the season should start in Daytona, and I think it should end in Daytona.
I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be a great way to do it.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about Miami, and I'm sick and tired of hearing about Phoenix.
I think that would be a great. That's just my opinion, but I mean, of course, I'm going to be a little biased in that. But Daytona's the Super Bowl, man. It's the Super Bowl.
But this is crazy. The owner and CEO wants to fund a team. No. Dude, you're the owner of the organization. You're the CEO.
Let me ask you a question. Just to play devil's advocate with you. Is that different than Penske?
Hey, listen, people are telling, hey, listen, I'm going to be trying because I'm going to overmodulate here.
Uh-oh. But is it though? Is that different than Penske?
No, I think Penske needs to sell the series. I think he needs to either sell the series or sell his team. There's too much conflict of interest in here.
I mean, he owns the Indy 500, he owns the series, and he owns cars racing in it.
He owns that.
And just got caught cheating, but
okay, he owns the Speedway. He owns the series.
Let's just say he didn't get caught cheating.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say he didn't. Well, besides the point, though, let's just say that didn't happen. Let's just wipe that out of our memory for a second.
Okay.
I mean, he's owning the top Indy. He owns the top IndyCar race. He owns the series, and he owns multiple cars racing in it.
Or
there you go.
No.
And nobody really cries about it.
I saw the interview with Jamie Little. Did a good interview with him. I got to give Jamie Little this. She got to sit down with him. I think it was a day and a half, 2 days after this all broke with the cheating scandal with his team. Now he claims he does not go to the team's operation office. He does not go to the pit box. He's not involved with any decisions of as far as the cars go for the teams. That's what he told Jamie Little. But you own the series, you own the track, you have all the rights to the like the Daytona, the Indianapolis 500 is that the two spectacle races in this country is the Daytona 500 and the Indianapolis 500. Those are the two spectacle races, the big money, the big prize. Okay? No. One or the other. Either sell the team or let's don't forget that he owns. Wait a second. Yeah, let's finish this off. Not only does he have that, he owns the network. He owns the radio broadcasting of all the Indy cars. He's got a percentage on the TV. Do you know what else Penske Media owns? They own Rolling Stone magazine.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
They are also making a bid. Now, this is all the floating around Las Vegas. They are making a bid on a casino hotel here in downtown
Yes.
which would revert to the Rolling Stone
Yes.
Hotel and Casino, which would be owned and controlled by Penske Media. The man that's in charge of the whole lock, stock, and barrel is Roger Penske.
So what I'm going to say, and you and me don't disagree often, and I'm not necessarily saying I disagree with you, okay, because I'm not saying that I disagree with you, but I'm going to say this. I think France is financing a car of another team for a driver of theirs to run a race at Sonoma is less than Penske.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying is, like, I would be more concerned about Penske owning this, having 4 cars racing it. You know what I mean? That would be more of my. I would be like, that to me is kind of wild. Okay, now especially that he got caught cheating, then it's even wilder to me. Distracted. It's even wilder to me that it's that's the way it is, because now you got caught cheating and you own this, and have 4 cars racing in it. But so, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to disagree that, it's, I get it. If you own it, you probably should own that and not compete in it, but at the same time, I don't know, the you taking an IMSA guy and putting him in Sonoma in a car that you're going to throw some money into, and you own the series, seems trivial compared to a Penske window of you open that magazine and look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it.
Well, they pretty much weren't being discreet about it. I mean, but I look at it this way. If France wants to, motivate one of his drivers, fine. But I don't think him coming out publicly saying that, hey, we're close to reaching a deal for funding, a one-ride opportunity.
Well, they have it's funny too, because they have WeatherTech, as a sponsor.
Sure.
Much like Van Gisbergen. Maybe it would, maybe that would have been a better route to take, is, go to them and say, hey, would you sponsor our guy with this team?
Right.
Versus maybe using your own money. Maybe you would have been a little more satisfied with something like that.
I'd have been, yeah, I think so. I mean, come on. I mean, NASCAR sets the rules. NASCAR has those people. Yeah. And I'm sorry, what says that more money's going to get put here, or this could happen? I just think the France family's putting themselves in the middle of the frying pan that they don't need to be in the middle of. I think, they want to promote this driver. I mean, they're in touch with every single team from, the Cup Series, Truck Series, Xfinity Series, ARCA Series, IMSA Series, whatever series it might be. But to come out and say, hey, we're close to a deal, and Jim France, as the owner and the CEO, is ready to throw some money so he can get this hotshot 29-year-old a ride at Sonoma.
Well, like I said, I don't know if it'd be, I mean, I get what you're saying, and it's probably a little more concerning now based on what we've seen out of Penske and Indy, and again, I keep saying Penske, although we know, it wasn't necessarily him, but when you are him and it's your people, you're responsible for the people you hire and what they do, regardless. I mean, the bottom line is, the black eye, Penske got the black eye. You know what I mean? These guys did too, but Penske got the black eye because that's where it comes from. So, I don't know. I mean, with that happening, that definitely makes you look at it a little different, So that's why I'm saying I'm not completely disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, if you ask me, what do you think? This Penske or this NASCAR, you know what I mean? What's worse? I'm going to go with Penske.
Oh, right? I think the Penske thing is worse. I do. I absolutely do think it's worse.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with that.
Rockingham had a good weekend, man. Trucks there, darn near a sellout. Sold out Xfinity. It's so good that now, if you got the money, they've got Rockingham up for sale, buddy.
Huh.
It is on the market.
I don't have the money, but Gene Woods might.
I don't know if Gene's got the money for that. I don't know if he wants to get. He's got enough headaches in his life. I don't think he needs to race.
Let's buy Rockingham, man. I'll come up there and sell popcorn.
There you go. They did over the past 3 years. There's been over $13 million of infrastructure upgrades to the track. I'm trying to see if they actually listed a price for the thing. The Rock has requested an additional $12 million in appropriations for the North Carolina General Assembly to keep the Rock Cup ready. Last race there could be a potential 2026 or 2027. I guess there's got a little bit more work that's got to be done. But anyhow, I was trying to think of it also has full ABC permits statewide. It sits on, oh my God, this thing sits on a chunk of land too, man. This thing sits, I'm sitting here just trying to scroll through it for you real quick, Scratch. This thing sits on over 200, the track itself sits on a 250-acre lot, not including the parking facilities and everything else. The whole lock, stock, and barrel is up for shoot. The property is listed by CBRE Group, a commercial real estate company that's based out of North Carolina.
How much?
They won't give you the price.
Well, we have that kind of money.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have a price.
Either that, or it's just so ridiculous. Like lobster market price.
Wait a second. I might have found it here. Hold on a second. I might have found it here. Sometimes you got to squirt these little zones here to see if that is it. All right. I think this is off the realtor. Nope, not yet. They would not. You got to go. Yeah, you got to call the realtor for the price. It did say in an update that there are 2 interested parties looking at it. Cool.
Yep.
I want it to stay. I want racing. They're going to 2 weeks? They're going to Mexico. Why are we going to Mexico? Why in the hell are we racing a road course in Mexico when we got Rockingham, we got Wilkesboro, we got the Milwaukee Mile in Wisconsin? Why are we going there? Why?
I don't know, but I like some of the stuff NASCAR has been doing. Like I said, with the Rockingham and things like that. The Bowman Gray, I like that. There's things like that they're starting to do that I do like. Prime, again, the Prime had one shot at it so far, but I thought they did great. We might watch a race this weekend and be like, what the hell are they doing? You know what I mean? Who knows? But
hey, listen, at a 2.6 share, man, across the board, they have smoked everybody so far. They smoked Fox's numbers they smoked them.
There you go. And that's the point. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, as a sport, that's what you're going to want. The more people, as I've mentioned in the past, the more people watching, the more advertising is worth it.
I totally agree. And the advertisers are going to like it too.
Yeah.
Commissioner Phelps and NASCAR, you better take a look at those numbers. You better take a look at the numbers. You better take a look at the broadcasting quality that came across. Fantastic job for those guys this weekend. I totally enjoyed it. Totally enjoyed it. I just, get back to the tracks. They want to talking about sending the All-Star race or the Clash over to Europe. Those guys over there don't care about NASCAR. They hate NASCAR.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but they're F1 guys.
They should definitely keep the racing over here.
F1 does not, but the Miami race does it because it's Miami. The race out here, the attendance is down. Man, they've slashing ticket. I'm going to tell you, if you want to come to F1, this is your year to come. Because ticket prices, they're slashing the hell out of it. They don't care about it. It's nothing more than a big show. That's what this is. That's what F1 is here. I'm going to be honest with you, Scratch. I'm going to be honest with you all out there. It is not racing here. This is a big show. That's all it is. $100 cigars, $200 shots of whiskey, $1,000 bottles of champagne, caviar, whatever. Race them up and down the strip. Cause all kinds of traffic commotions for everybody else. You screw all the local businesses around.
Traffic's already crazy in Las Vegas. It's not the craziest. LA was the craziest traffic I've ever been in, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Vegas at the wrong time of the day is just jacked up with traffic. The traffic.
You don't listen.
Already on a regular day.
If you're gonna come out here for F1 week, don't even think about just driving. It's worse than New Year's. You think New Year's is crazy here? The way they shut the streets down and shut the no. This is a month-long project to build in all the portable bridges. And who gets screwed on this whole ordeal with this thing is all the little, Scratch, you know you lived here. Yep. All off the strip, those little side streets where all the little businesses, the mom and pop places, the little cigarette stands, the vegetable places, local pizza shops and things, they get screwed because it's all blocked off. If Las Vegas was smart, if F1 was smart, they would get in touch with SMI. There's plenty of land out there. They would go out there and build a facility right next to the big speedway. That would be the best thing. Have all kinds of parties down on the strip, have all kinds of fanfare and all that. They prove that they can move people around in this town. We just had 525,000 kids here for EDC. Choppers, limos, tour buses, Uber lifts. Everybody got in and got out, no problem. We're talking 525,000 kids and young adults. And I'm sure there was probably some senior people that like EDC music there too. But they got them out, no big deal. Shutting the strip down. It was cool the first time. No, put it in a permanent facility. I'm just saying. If you want to come to F1 this year, folks, get online to F1.com. Tickets are cheap. They're cutting them. They don't even know if they're going to draw 100,000 people for this thing this year. I don't know.
We'll see, won't we?
I don't know. I don't care about it anymore. I'm bored with it. I wish they'd stick more on. I got to get a thing to Flow TV because they run a lot of the dirt racing, man. You got to get on that. Check into that for you, will you?
Flow racing.
Where are you at this weekend?
Jot that down in my notes. Let me jot that down in my notes.
Yeah, get that out. Flow Racing. Find out where we can get a subscription to that thing.
I'm nowhere this weekend. My karaoke gig I usually do on Fridays. I'm gonna got moved over to Saturday because they're having a country artist, Dallas Tyler, there Friday night at Mulligan. So they moved me to Saturday.
Is he a big name? Is he a big name?
He's a Nashville recording artist. He's not like a huge name. He's pretty good though. He's not bad at all. So I've seen him a few times. Worked a festival that he was on, and he got pissed at me because I called him Dallas Taylor. But my bad. Sorry, buddy. I just gave you a prop on this show as Dallas Tyler. So there, maybe I made it up for him. So yeah, so I'm doing that Saturday tonight. I'm doing a little karaoke over at Mark's Sports Pub, which is one of my race car sponsors. So it's always a fun time when I get to work with the sponsors of my race car. So that's
what
nice.
You junk racing? When you junk racing again?
I'm junk racing again in August. I think it's August 5th. I'm not exact. It's August though. August will be the next one. There's nothing going on in June and July that for the Tour of Destruction or anywhere else.
Okay.
In fact, before the Tour of Destruction comes back to Florida, because they're like in Tennessee and North Carolina and South Carolina and all that other stuff right now. So when they come back to Florida, to be like an October, November thing when we get back to that. So the next two races, which is August and October, early October, will both be at Citrus County Speedway. So as I've mentioned, from the last one, my car and Citrus County Speedway and myself seem to be a really good combination. So I would imagine that one of these next two races, damn it, I'll come home with a trophy and a little bit of money or something.
Don't forget the rabbit.
I won't. I'm gonna bring the rabbit. Thanks for bringing it up. I'm going to bring the rabbit. to the track. I am not going to bring the rabbit back home.
Okay.
I'm going to bring a trophy back home in its place.
Want to thank Presley Sora for joining us today. What a good kid out of Indiana, man. Yeah. Good kid. Like him.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to watch him.
I can't wait to get this Carter Beatty kid on, man. I can't wait to have this young man.
That'll be fun too. Yeah.
He's going to be a great guest. Nothing really planned for us this weekend. We're just sort of hanging out. Got the Gene Woods racing experience. I'll be up at the front. If you're down here in downtown Las Vegas tomorrow, stop and see me. I'll be at the front door greeting people tomorrow. And I have free margaritas for every adult 21 that comes in tomorrow. And if you come in and say, I saw the show, if you're here in Vegas, come on down. I'll treat you a free margarita.
Can't beat that. Hell, if I was there, I'd be there waiting on you.
Might go have one after we're done.
I might too. It just won't be there.
All right. Real quickly, if you don't mind, Scratch, I'd like to just let everybody know, because this is a really important. Got an email today from my friends at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Paulette Anderson and the gang at Children's Charities. Las Vegas Motor Speedway is going to be holding a blood drive. It's tomorrow, Friday, June 6th, or actually, no, it's next Friday, June 6th, excuse me. Next Friday, June 6th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, they're in the Infield Media Center. So if you've ever wanted, we do stuff in there that people can't get down into there when racing's going. So if you ever want to get to the media center, it's pretty cool. I think they do the blood drive over in what is known as the driver's meeting room is where they do it. It's pretty cool. They got pictures and stuff all around. If you're interested, come on down and join us. If you donate blood, you'll receive a voucher to redeem 2 free tickets to the South Point 400 NASCAR race on Sunday, October 12th, and a voucher for 2 free tickets to see Tape Face at the MGM. In addition, all donors will receive a $10 rewards gift card and a chance to win there will be a chance to win one of 2 $10,000 gift cards. If you need some more information, like to set up an appointment and go out there and donate some blood, you can reach out to the fine folks at 877-258-4825. That's 877-258-4825. You never know, man. Stop out and give a pint. I'm sure they'll have some foods and snacks and juices and things out there. But, hey, a couple of tickets to the race on Sunday. Tapeface is a pretty cool guy, man. He made the America's Got Talent type of thing. He's actually he does this comedy bit, but he puts black duct tape on his face. He doesn't talk. Anyhow, check him out, man. You're a comedian. So.
Yeah, I will. I'll check him out.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. So anyhow, get out there. Once again, Friday, June 6th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Infield Media Center blood drive. Get out there. Donate some blood. Help some people out. That's about it for me today, my friend. I'm going to head on to the house. And you know what? I think I might run over to Hammer and Harry's and have a quick margarita.
There you go.
Sound pretty tasty. Anything in closing?
Check out my website, comedyfromscratch.com. Spell it with a K, or nutshackentertainment.com. You never know what you're going to get. You can check it out, though.
All right. And we'll be back at you next week at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. I'm going to call for John, my friend. I'd like to thank President Soros for joining us today. Scratch with a K down at the Nutshot Studios. Don't forget, Scratch has got that new racing show. Just check his website out. He's got all kinds of views. We'll be back at you next Thursday on Pit Road Racing live at the WCOBM. On behalf of Scratch with a K, Diane Fox, Alan Michaels.
Thanks for joining us for On Pit Road Racing. Follow us on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at On Pit Road Racing. On Pit Road Racing is written and produced by WCOBN TV. I'm John the Announcer for On Pit Road Racing.